Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping King. Today I'm sharing another layout for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Today's sketch is by Sandi. She's State Goddess here on YouTube, and I will leave her links down below. She created this great layout that has 6 photos across 2 pages. I am going to use 6 photos, but they're smaller photos than what she shows. I believe she used 4x6s since she's doing 12 by 12, since I'm doing 8.5 by 11. My photos are trimmed down to, I believe a couple of them are 2 by 2.5 by 3, and then, or 2.5 by 4, sorry. And then the other ones are 3-ish by 4. So I trimmed them down just so that they would fit basically across the page. And here I'm showing you the scraps that I have left over from the Simple Stories. I don't remember what this collection's called either. I got to get better about that. Especially with Simple Stories, because I always forget the collection names because they're all kind of similar. But this was one that came out a couple of years ago, and I used it before, so obviously I have scraps left over, but I still have a few 12 by 12 sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and use up a few more scraps of it. I'm going to use almost this entire pink page and almost the entire wood grain and the leaf paper, which was my favorite. I do have enough to do probably one more layout at least for the photos that I have, and for something that I can create. The rest of it will probably be donated because it's just not my style, especially like the titles that are on this collection. But I did use a lot of them. I did pop up the sketch there for a few minutes. Now I'm just creating the background by piecing the papers together. I did change it just slightly, not very much, but I just adjusted it a little bit for my own take. So the sketches are usually a jumping off point. You do however you like to do it. If you want to copy it exactly, you can copy it exactly, or you can put your own little twist on it. And on this one, I did add my own little twist just because I love pattern paper. So I want to get as much pattern paper as I can without overwhelming the layout. And I loved this pink paper, and my great niece is wearing pink in the photos. And it actually kind of complements even the red in the photos. So I went with it, and I really liked the way that it turned out. This is probably one of my favorite collections that's girly. As everybody probably knows by now, usually I create a lot of boy layouts or more masculine layouts, but I really do like the girly stuff. I just don't always like playing with it. It just, for some reason, I like doing the boy layouts, but this one, I went ahead and created it, and it's very cute. And even though my great nephew is also in it, um, the colors of the title and the other colors that I add in complement his shirt, and it looks really cute together. So I like that I had this collection to go with these photos. And they're playing at a local pumpkin patch, but you can see they're digging in one of the like little buckets that has little pumpkins in it. So it's definitely one that's set up kind of like a farmer's market. You can see behind them in the very first photo, there's like jars and stuff that's for sale. So I thought the farmer's market title and the different little pieces that go with the farmer's market was kind of cute to embellish this layout. Because other than that, I wasn't really sure how I was going to embellish it. I could have used the pumpkin paper that was colorful also, but I really liked the leaves, and that's what I decided to go with. So here I changed this up slightly. Up here, Sandi had a title on the right hand side, not the left hand side. And I just liked my title a little bit better on the left versus the right for this layout. I do sometimes place it on the right hand side, but on this one, it just looked better to my eye on this side. So that's what I did. And I created a banner instead of a, she has just a rectangle up there at the top. So I just made it into a banner. And then I'm going to put my little ends back on because they're actually going to be on the other side. And that was just to cross over the middle and make it look like it's a double page, which it is. The farmer's market title I'm going to use up here, and it's the perfect color. Like I said, it matches my great nephew's shirt perfectly. And then this is a little apple bucket and flowers, which I thought was kind of cute to go over here by the photos with the little bucket that they're digging in for little pumpkins. Adding a little bit of ATG to the foam title because I found that these don't stick over time, which is kind of surprising because they're really sticky sometimes when you take them off. These ones were still pretty sticky, but the last few that I've received in the last year are not as sticky. Just an FYI. This one here, I'm going to add foam tape because this is from the embellishment pack that I showed at the beginning. I went through that and pulled out the apple bucket, the flowers. I pulled out another flower, a little sign that says, oh, I can't remember what it says. And then there's like three little jars, which I thought were kind of cute, and they match in the photo. Like I said, there's jars on one of the table. So I just thought that was kind of cute. And I did a skinnier banner, or, yeah, sorry, down for the bottom. And then again, I'm going to have it cross over. And it's a little bit longer than the one that's at the top also. But it works perfectly to lay out this, what is it, market day. And then my screen is way too small to read that. Sorry. You guys can read it for yourself. It's just a little sign that I added there. And then I'm going to tuck the little jars in. And I will switch the jars here in a minute because I put the pink jar on top of the pink paper. So I switched it over so it was more at the end and more on the brown paper, just because it was kind of blending in a little bit in real life. On here, it doesn't look like it blends in too bad, but in real life, it did kind of blend in. This little flower cluster, I decided to add at the bottom. It was a bouquet. I just tucked it in so you can't see the bouquet part. And that was to use flowers there and use flowers at the top. So the diagonal of the embellishments is what I was going for. Sandy had a third cluster on her layout over, I believe, on the left hand side, but then she had the title on the right hand side at the top. And I just decided to not do that and just leave it without. And journaling can be added to this layout at a later date if my niece wants to add it. Um, I wasn't there. These are photos that were actually taken by her mother in law. So actually, she wasn't there either. Her mother in law and father in law took the kids to the pumpkin patch. So their dad's mom and dad. And it was just a cute little grandparents' day out. So here I'm going to add more of the foam stickers. These are the sunflowers and then these little leaves I pulled off of here. So once again, some of those other titles I probably won't use, like sweater weather, harvest I might use, and family I might use off of there. But there's another one that says like farmers farm fresh and something else, and I just don't have photos for that right now, but I might. So I might hold on to it for a little bit longer, and I might just donate it when I donate supplies at the end of the year. That's what I'm trying to do, is go through stuff that, I might not use all of it, or I'm done playing with it, so it's going to go in the donate pile. I brought in some older sequins from my stash. These are from Spiegelmom Scraps, and for Spiegelmom Scraps, her information is down below. You can always use my code Jennifer15 and save 15% on sequins from the shop. These ones will not be available because these are older ones from my stash. But I used a burgundy one. I believe it's an old wine collection or winery. But it was the perfect, like, pinky burgundy color that matches the layout. And then another lighter pink, a green, a yellow, and they're just complementary colors. And I just added two sections on the right and the left sides of the clusters. And then I was showing you there that the layout is kind of floppy because I did use just copy paper to lay it out on. And I'm totally okay with that because once you put it in the page protector, you really can't tell that it's floppy. So I'm okay with it. I might put it on regular cardstock, but I might not. I think it'll be fine. Their layouts or their albums are pretty full. So anyways, Here's a few close-ups, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Like and subscribe. I'm so close to 500 subscribers, and that makes me so excited. I'm glad you guys are enjoying my content. Bye!